Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a very interesting show for you tonight. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Vols. Are they overhyped? And can Oklahoma hang with them? And I'm going to do something unique with this show. I'm bringing in my two brothers.
Hi, I'm Larry. This is my brother Daryl. That's my other brother Daryl.
Who know a lot about college football and especially the Vols. We're going to talk about whether or not they're overhyped. We're going to talk about Oklahoma, the game coming up Saturday at 7:30. And I think you'll find it quite interesting.
Started. All right, folks, got my two bros on here, Junebug and Chillmont, and I didn't hit record, so Junebug already talked for a minute, and it was a total waste.
You got another person,
we got Bambi. I'm glad I had to redo it. We got Bambi in the house.
Yeah.
Now, these two boys know a lot about college football. They've been following it as long as I have, actually longer because they're older than me, obviously. And Junebug was the captain of the UT golf team. Chillmont was a hell of a golfer, but he didn't go the college golf route, and I went the college golf route. We both played at UT, but Wilmot could have, but he went to UT as well. Anyway, we're going to talk about Oklahoma and Tennessee, the game coming up Saturday night at 7:30, and obviously there's a lot of hype. This is the game of the week. We've got ESPN Game Day going to be there, and everybody's favoring the Vols. They've gone from a 5-point underdog to a 7-point favorite in this game. Yeah. So let's start out with Junebug. Give me your opinion on this. Are you confident? Do you feel good about this? I know you've been following the Vols heavily.
Yep. And we just
go ahead and give us your opinion there.
Yeah, we were just talking about when's the last time that Tennessee's gone to a place like Oklahoma, ranked team, ranked 15th, with their stadium, their tradition, and we're a 7.5-point favorite. I feel really good about the game. I think if we just go in there and play well, if we don't turn the ball over, if we don't beat ourselves, I think we beat them handily. I really do. The one aspect I'm a little bit worried about is if they get some players back, particularly on the offensive line, if they could somehow block our defensive line, maybe they make it a ball game. Yeah. But I don't think they can do it. And I think with the depth that we have at the defensive line, if we get to their quarterback, rush them, I think we're going to win the ball game handily unless we just turn the ball over.
Well, that's the thing. If the defense plays good, I don't see how we lose. I really don't. We'll see how good our defense really is. The one pretty good team we played, NC State, all they did was that on that very first drive, they had a good drive, and they didn't do anything offensively the rest of the game. We totally shut them down. They had 75 yards the rest of the game.
We haven't allowed it. Our defense hadn't allowed a touchdown in 4 ball games. Now, we've played some not real competitive teams, but,
yeah,
Oklahoma's not played anybody this year either. They're competent, and they almost lost 2 of their ball games.
Yeah.
Our ball games have been over in the first half. I don't think they're very good. I don't think their offense is that good. Their defense is probably okay, but I'm very confident that we're going to go in there and win that ball game unless we just – I hate to say it, unless we just choke. I think we win the game.
Yeah, here's the thing. Their strength of their team is their defensive line. It's pretty darn good. Yeah. They have got to keep us from running because if we run the ball, they won't be able to stop us at all because then we become completely – almost impossible to figure out what we're going to do because then we can do anything we want. They cannot afford to fill the box. They've got to be able to stop the run with 6 people in the box. If they try to put 8, we'll go over the top and we'll burn them to death because they don't have the defensive backs necessary to hang with our wide receivers. We're too fast.
Yeah, too many weapons. Again, I think it'll come down to our D and turnovers, but I think Junebug's right. It's going to be a turnover battle. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Yeah, if our defense can hold them pretty well and stop them pretty well, I don't think you can stop our offense. You can stop us for a little while, but eventually we're going to wear you down. And plus, we can go fast now, which is huge for this offense that we couldn't do last year. We've talked about it a lot, John. Being able to go fast is huge, and it's demoralizing to a defense too.
We've got a quarterback that matches our system a lot better than we did last year.
Very much.
And, the big thing people are talking about, this is Nico's first true road ball game. he'll be nervous, and he, like I said, he's probably going to make a mistake. I just hope he doesn't make 2 or 3 of them. The majority of our players, they've been in these hostile environments. They've been to Alabama. They've been to Georgia. They've been to LSU. They handled LSU down there. Our team is used to going to hostile environments. Nico, maybe not, but I think he's a cool customer, and I think he'll be able to handle it.
That's been one of the best things about him is how, and he may not be, but he seems so calm and cool in the pocket, and just being able to let things happen around him while he's looking for receivers or whatever. And then he has the presence to know when things are collapsing, and he can get out of it and run if he needs to. But we're so dangerous in so many ways on offense. It's really hard to stop us, especially like you said, John, if the running game gets going like it has been. Our running game's been sick so far this year.
Yeah,
Nico doesn't have to play great.
No,
He just needs to play okay.
he could just be kind of a game manager and we win this game.
Yeah, this reminds me a little bit of NC State. Oklahoma's better than NC State. The key for Oklahoma, they've got to keep the ball away from the Vols. They need long, drawn-out drives. To do that, they're going to have to be able to run the ball. That's going to be incredibly difficult against our defensive line. It's the one thing we've done great for the last 3 years is stop the run, which means it's going to be Jackson Arnold's job to win this ball game. He is a true dual threat quarterback, 5-star. He's not played great, but he's not been given enough time to throw the ball.
He's the fly in the ointment. If he has a good game and and is able to run the ball a little bit, that could change things. Although, man, that's going to be hard to do against our defense. We have like 8 or 9 guys on that defensive line who could start for any team in the SEC.
Yeah, well, that's a great point. Their quarterback has to have a really good ball game. Like you said, I watched that NC State the first quarter. We were subbing in defensive linemen every other play, and you weren't losing anything. I mean, they all play like James Pierce looks like to me.
Yeah, I think we're going to see all our players really balling out in this game. I think he's been holding back a lot of our players, especially James Pierce, who has not played that many plays. You know, we held out Lance Hurd in the last game. He didn't play a single play, even though he could have. I think we've seen a big-time vanilla defense against most of these teams. Maybe not as much with NC State. You're going to see some blitzing that you've not seen all year against Jackson Arnold. And he will hurt us a few times with his legs. He loves to run, but he's also a guy that tries to put everything on his shoulders because he's kind of had to. Their rushing attack has not been good at Oklahoma because their offensive linemen, they had to replace the entire offensive line last year with this year's replacements, and they've had injuries. So they've not had a consistency with that offensive line. And I tell you, if they cannot run the ball, it's all on Jackson Arnold, period.
I saw today where they've got some players that are coming back from injury. It's a couple of wide receivers and a couple of offensive linemen, but you know, they haven't played either. So, I mean, that'll probably help them some, but I still don't think they're going to be able to block our defensive line. I mean, just like you said, James Pierce is probably, I don't know how many, but I bet he's done a maximum of 40 snaps this year, if that many.
Yeah.
I don't think they would not wanted to risk him after he got hurt last year. And I think our offense has been fairly vanilla. That we hadn't had to show a lot there or do a whole lot of trickeration. It's just been, pretty much a lot of it's just been handing it off to Sampson and the running backs. And I don't think they've really released Nico to really show off yet. Maybe that will change too. But his numbers are good. It's crazy. He makes such amazing throws sometimes that he looks so good. It's like, oh, throw it some more. But then they hand it off to Sampson and he gains 20 yards.
Yeah, he's only played 7 quarters.
The only other thing that could be an issue, and it's a little different than other sports, is with it Heupel going back there. We all know how it ended for Heupel there.
Yeah,
players might end up trying too hard because they're probably going to win for their coach really, really bad. So I think unless they just don't, I keep saying it, they just don't choke, I think we'll be okay. But sometimes the personal stuff here that Heupel's going to may backfire on them, but that's yet to be seen. I just think we're the better team, and if you just go and just play a good ball game, I think you walk out of there with I think we're going to win by 14 points plus. I really do.
Yeah, I've got us around about that. I'm thinking 37 to 23-ish, 34 to 20 type of game. I think they're going to score some on us because their quarterback will probably have some success against us. 20 points is kind of what I could see. The only way I see us losing is if the crowd gets heavily involved, we have some turnovers, and then they get the momentum and the crowd sort of, messes with us in a significant way. Fortunately, because our offense goes so fast, it's hard for the crowd to really get to us. And now we're in ear. The quarterback's not going to have to worry about communicating. So that should help. But usually when we go really fast, that kind of messes up the crowd a little bit as far as them getting to you.
Michigan's working on hacking into that system, though.
Little Connor Shea action.
Yeah.
I would assume, and I may be totally wrong on this, I assume since Nico's got Josh Heupel in his ear, I assume that helps us on the road.
Oh, got to.
Absolutely.
I'm making the right assumption on that?
Without question.
Yeah, because then you really take out the factor of the noise. That's one of the biggest advantages has been of Neyland Stadium. How many guys, I can't get the play or whatever. They have to go to hand signals and all that. And the team can't hear them audible at the line of scrimmage and all that. You guys know as well as anybody because we've been there enough. Neyland Stadium is a major advantage.
I went to the game, played them 10 years ago over there, and it's loud, and they'll be fired up. It's Saturday night, 7:30, 6:30 over there. It'll be a hostile environment, no doubt. But
they'll all be liquored up.
Most of our players, Nico hadn't, but I think he's a cool enough customer to handle it.
Yeah.
Well, he's played 2 games in neutral spots, and he played great.
Yeah.
And he's played so little. And I mean, as a competitor yourself, June Bug, that's played at a super high level, for a guy to pop out there in his first game, score 3 touchdowns like he did in that bowl game, and then come right back in a hostile environment, really with the NC State game, and kind of do the same thing. I just haven't seen him throw short. I haven't seen him throw high. He just kind of hits the guys right like this, which is a very catchable ball. And have you noticed how the wide receivers are catching everything he throws this year? And last year, the same wide receivers, many of them, they just couldn't catch anything. The year before that with Hendon Hooker, they were catching everything. It's not coming at him 110 miles an hour. There's
no doubt he's very accurate. And
yeah.
I think they handled it right. They gave him a year to figure out the system and get comfortable with it. I wish they played him a little bit more last year, particularly on the road. But I have to say Josh Heupel knows what he's doing with quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Certainly appears to. Now, Junebug usually goes to every game. He will not be going to this one, but he's been to every game this year and probably every game before that. And he likes to tailgate, and here's a little video of him tailgating last week.
Okay, here we are this morning at the tailgate. There's the delicate little flower working with the dish to get the ESPN and all the satellite TV. And this is where we slept last night, in the back of a damn pickup truck. I'm living in the back of a pickup truck down by the river.
When you're living in a van down by the river.
Already getting happening down here at the tailgate. There's the porta john. And we move right over here to Cindy Lou who's making breakfast, and we're getting ready to have a special breakfast this morning.
Was there something else you were doing?
It's called key lime pie French toast. If you have ever had key lime French toast, let me tell you, it is delicious. And we're all about ready to go here. Hope everybody has a fabulous day. Enjoy.
All right, folks, just wanted to bring my bros in for a video, a quick one, talking about Oklahoma Is there any rat poison going on? There is some, obviously. Everybody's fired up about this game. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let's be able to continue to cover all these big college sports stories. If you've not subscribed, boom, boom, boom. All you got to do is hit this little button right here. Won't cost you a dime, helps you get my videos. And right over here is a video YouTube thinks you'll enjoy based on your viewing history. And we'll see you next time on Sports Talk J.